Hi, I'm Brenda from the Avant-Garden Shop, and welcome to another episode of the Garden Gate. Today I'm here at the beautiful Griffin's greenhouses, and you can see their pond in behind me. A lovely place to show off a few plants, and today I'm going to talk a little bit about different trellises that you can use. This is a trellis that I carry at the Avant-Garden Shop. It's a heavy-duty wrought iron, very thick wrought iron, so it's really strong welds. It's painted black. And it's curved, which is really interesting because it draws plants out from the wall. Climbing vines tend to grow out from the wall to go after the sunlight. So this one gets filled up really nicely with the blooms and the plant. So it gives them a lot of space to actually grow. Something like this vine here is a really nice one for growing and filling up that space. Hydrangeas as well, they have big blossoms. You can get climbing hydrangeas that would fill this space really nicely. And roses, a climbing rose would just be absolutely beautiful in a trellis like this. And you'll notice it's quite tall as well, so that again gives you lots of space for your plant to grow, because quite often the trellises are just too small for a wall feature, and they don't fill up nicely, and they don't hold the plant well enough. The plant just overgrows the trellis. So something to look for when you're purchasing a trellis for your plant. It's also good to get it in early in the season or even late in the fall for next year's growth. In my second segment, I'll talk a little bit about another type of trellis that you can just place in the garden. It doesn't have to go up against the wall, like this one probably should be up against a wall unless you can really stabilize it well. So I hope you'll join me in just a few minutes and we'll talk about the other trellis. Welcome back to the Garden Gate. In the first segment I was speaking about curved trellises, and this is another style of trellis. It's a flat trellis. But because of the type of design that this one is, it's possible just to set it in your garden, just like we've done here. It's got a really stable base. You can grow something fine up it, like a clematis. You can do an ornamental bean, or even a nice morning glory. But this trellis is made by an artist from Beamsville, and it's powder-coated steel, so outside it won't rust. We have a few different pieces from this artist, which I've featured before on the show. They're just lovely pieces. Sometimes you don't want to cover this whole trellis up because it is such a nice looking trellis. But a few lighter plants, like I mentioned, are nice on this type of trellis. And then I have one more small trellis I'll just show you. It's actually more of a garden stake, and you can use something like this in a planter if you want to just grow a small vine up into your planter to give it some height. So that's another idea, or even some little trellises in a window box are also attractive. So I hope you join me next time on the Garden Gate, or drop by the shop and see some of the beautiful trellises and think about how they can fit into the design of your garden. We'll see you next time.
The Garden Gate is brought to you by the Avant-Garden Shop, your destination for gardening accessories and backyard birding supplies.